The word of the Lord that came to Joel. And we have already gone over how Lord doesn't translate tetragrammaton, but with Yuval, writing the 5th century BCE, there was a momentary return to verse and an attempt to recapture the manner of the older prophets, but he was betrayed by the slightness of his theme, which was merely a plague of locusts. Granted that such a misfortune was a very genuine calamity, it did not justify the use of language that had been appropriate enough in describing the destruction of Nineveh or the approaching doom of the whole world. Now, the seriousness of a real down-to-earth plague, I guess you can call I guess the insects coming down is considered a plague, but the word of the Lord that came to Joel. Alas for the day. Sanctify ye a fast, call a solemn assembly, gather the elders and all the inhabitants of the land into the house of God as noun and verb, your God, and cry unto God as noun and verb. Alas for the day. For the day of God as noun and verb is at hand, and as a destruction from the Almighty shall it come. Is not the meat cut off before our eyes? Yea, joy and gladness from the house of our God. The seed is rotten under the clods. The garners are laid desolate. The barns are broken down, for the kernels are withered. How do the beasts groan? The herds of cattle are perplexed, because they have no pasture. Yea, the flocks of sheep are made desolate. God is a noun and verb, to thee will I cry, for the fire hath devoured the pastures of the wilderness, and the flame hath burned all the trees of the field. The beasts of the field cry also unto thee, for the rivers of water are dried up, and the fire hath devoured the pastures of the wilderness. Blow ye the trumpet in Sion, and sound an alarm in my holy mountain. Now, if it's a calling of society that a lot of people are going to die and their livelihood and survivors are going to have their livelihood really kicked down, and there's going to be injuries and stuff from fire and famine and all that. I mean, that is something to talk about in very serious language. Let all the inhabitants of the land tremble, for the day of God is a noun and verb cometh. For it is nigh at hand, a day of darkness and of gloominess, a day of clouds and of thick darkness. As the morning spread upon the mountains, a great people and a strong, there hath not been ever the like, neither shall there be any more after it. Even to the years of many generations, a fire devoureth before them, and behind them a flame burneth. The land is as a garden of Eden before them, and behold, and behind them a desolate wilderness. Yea, and nothing shall escape them. The appearance of them is as the appearance of horses, and as horsemen so shall they run. Like the noise of chariots on the top of mountains shall they leap, like the noise of a flame of fire that devoureth the stubble, and as a strong people set in battle array. Before their face the people shall be much pained. All faces shall gather blackness. They shall run like mighty men. They shall climb the wall like men of war, and they shall march every one on his ways, and they shall not break their ranks, neither shall one thrust another. They shall walk every one in his path, and when they fall upon the sword, they shall not be wounded. They shall run to and fro in the city. They shall run upon the wall. They shall climb up upon the houses. They shall enter in the windows like a thief. The earth shall quake before them. The heavens shall tremble. The sun and the moon shall be dark, and the stars shall withdraw their shining. And God as noun and verb shall utter his voice before his army. For his camp is very great, for he is strong that executeth his word. For the day of God is noun and verb is great and very terrible, and who can abide it? There's also the whole metaphoric, people aren't going to worship the stars. They're not going to say that this star or this planet in this position are in this conjunction with one another are going to make this happen or make this not happen, or things can't change because of this. But there is more and more reason to think that the universe can literally wipe us out. Our time on Earth, life on Earth is not a forever guaranteed thing. No Yellowstone going off or something like that. The world's going to survive.